Hi guys, my name is Kate Connolly. I'm an intuitive healer and teacher. I am going through a solid food vacation at the moment and sharing my experiences online in the hopes that some people get a little bit of, I guess, inspiration. Plus, also, I do a lot of work with people to help heal their bodies, but also heal their relationships and heal their lives. And I haven't got it all sorted. My body has been a constant source of stress and pressure for a really long time. I've had some pretty graphic posts come out in the last few weeks with, massive detoxification and massive kind of um, themes coming up for my healing. I do feel like this solid food vacation, which is basically just juicing for a few months in a row without eating food, is probably the only thing that's actually really going to help me. And I do feel so far like that is really working. I'm breathing better through my nose than I have in a really, really long time. Even though I feel there's a lot of toxin being released, I feel like my skin is starting to get a lot more healthy because eczema has been up until now one of my main symptom profiles, which has over the years just created so much distress and so much pain and so much irritation. And it really distracts me from my life at times, and it's just not fun. And I've helped a lot of other people with their skin, but for me personally, I was born with adrenal deficiency and lymphatic stagnation. And so my entire life has been this kind of battle into some level of trying to keep that under control while never actually fixing it. So this solid food vacation does feel by far and away the most important thing that I've done so far. But what's been really interesting is learning some of the theory behind it, how stress is one of the main problems. When your adrenal glands, which are your stress glands, they sit like little hats above your kidneys. When they stop working, your kidneys stop working as well. And when your kidneys stop working, your lymphatics stop moving. And your lymphatic tissue, your lymphatic system is kind of like the waste dump for the body. So it kind of removes toxins, and the movement of the lymphatics will determine how well you digest, how quickly and how often you go to the toilet, how much you can remove toxin from your body. If that stops working, then everything slows down and your whole body becomes toxic. And that's basically been my pattern my whole life, and especially worse as I've been getting older. So one of the few things that does actually fix that and really help clear that out is fruit juice. So I have been basically juicing now. I think I'm on day 18 or 19, and I'm a fair way along. But I have had a couple of intuitive hits on this, and one was my right kidney. When I tuned into it, actually felt almost completely dried up, especially with there's a big vessel that kind of goes into the side of the kidney that especially was really dry, and around the kind of opening to the kidney through there was super, super dry. So the inside of that kind of horseshoe shape was really, really dry energetically, and really just not pumping nutrient or actually pumping good stuff through it at all. So, and I feel constant awareness of my kidney on the right. So that's kind of around the mid to lower back, is where the kidneys sit. And I have a fairly constant presence there. And because it was on the right, I always thought it was the liver, but I actually don't think it is now. I'm pretty sure it is the kidney kind of having a bit of a boop, boop, boop. This isn't working. And the other really important and interesting thing that I found was the emotional releasing. So I woke up one morning a couple of days ago with this really massively intense pain through my right shoulder, and I couldn't do anything about it. It was extremely agonizing. Nothing I did, no matter how I moved, it wasn't releasing. And I realized pretty quickly that it was emotion. So I gave myself permission, which I almost never to do, to go and scream it out. So I actually spent about 30 minutes, maybe longer. I wasn't really timing it, allowing myself to sob the energy out and scream it into a pillow. And, you know, my daughter came and helped me. She was amazing. She put a hot water bottle on there. She massaged it. I went into the shower after that and just allowed the hot water to help release. And it also helped with the emotion. And I just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And one of the most incredible outcomes of that was to actually realize that I was grieving a past relationship that I'd never grieved for the first time in over 10 years. And it was quite revealing to me because I wasn't even cognizant of it at the time. But I was grieving this person, and I was even saying to my daughter, I don't understand why it's so bad today and why it's coming up today. And she said, Mum, because it's been 10 years today. And then the screaming and the sobbing just continued for another 10-15 minutes. And then after that, the pain was gone completely. It twinges like a tiny bit now, but honestly, compared to what it was, and I'd had a few episodes of that as this fast had started. And it's amazing how much this stuff can come out. So I was actually kind of at the point where, you know, I joked to my daughter that I had to fast for a number of days before that grief was finally allowed to come out. So it makes me wonder how much we hold in our bodies, not only physically with our digestive system, but just our emotions. You know, I work with this on a daily basis with people. And I also, you know, tune into myself on a fairly regular basis. And I didn't know about this. This was not conscious to me. I thought I'd grieved that 10 years ago, but there was still an awareness in my body that the grieving hadn't actually happened properly. So it was pretty incredible. And I think there's something quite profound, and everyone that's gone on this really long solid food vacation talks about that. It's also very much a spiritual experience. We are really literally emptying ourselves out of all distractions, and we are allowing our body to actually release stuff that otherwise it would never get rid of. And when we look at the fact that most of the time when we have chronic illnesses or big diseases come up, it's usually from a combination of a lot of old suppressed emotion, a lot of unresolved issues, plus the physiological stuff that happens within the body that allows that to unfold as well. So there's always, always, always an emotional reason or a spiritual or energetic reason or cause behind disease, always. And one of the beautiful things about this solid food vacation is that does actually give my body permission to let it go. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep going on this one. I'm about, like I said, 17 or 18 days in. I'm not 100% sure now. I'll have to keep more of an eye out, but I will be going for at least 60 days. So there is quite a journey ahead. And I'm hoping that I'll get the clean out that I'm looking for. So far, so good. Taking lots of herbs to help, taking lots of other things. But I just thought that the intuitive hit that I got and the emotional release was just such a profound thing. So I thought I would share that, and I'll keep posting and let's see what happens.